Hey, so here we are at the Love Pup Shelter, and something really cool happened years ago in Las Vegas with the iHeart Radio Music Festival. Joe Gatto adopted a puppy from us, Spumoni.
Got my Spumoni.
Right?
Yep.
And so he's here. You know, we've only been open just a little bit of time, and I'm going to give Joe a tour of our shelter.
I can't wait.
Look at this, look at this. All you need is Love Pup.
Oh, that's great. You even have a donut here. That's great. That's right on brand for me.
My wife spent a lot of attention on detail of the shelter. You know, you think you just dog shelter, it's safe, but it's like it's amazing.
Look at this.
We got some puppies.
Oh, this is what it's about, the Love Pup.
Right?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Hello.
Oh my
Oh.
God. We got more, Joe.
Look at this. Hi. Hi.
You're doing stand-up now.
Yeah,
right? I mean,
yeah.
Were you doing stand-up before?
Well, not solo. I would always did it as part of the you know, with the guys as
Right.
our live show. But I got into doing some stand-up gigs and I kind of really enjoyed it. And it's a good way to still be out there and entertain because, you know, when life challenges you, I always found that laughter was the way.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
so it's great to be out there. Laughter and puppies, I think, are the two things, and I think I'm set.
Well, is it like terrifying when it's just you?
It's really different because I only had to be like 25% funny. So now it's all, but you know, I put on like a comedy night where I have a couple other comics with me that I know and like, so just to get like a little bit of you know, breath for people so they can get different types and then introduce people to people that I find funny. So it's been really interesting to do and to get back into writing. But I do a lot of stories because I've always been a storyteller and I love like talking about, you know, my parents growing up and things like that, and just, you know, the past 10 years have been absolutely insane and crazy. And I've got so many stories.
So you bring
to
up stories about
Yeah.
your buddies and everybody from the Jokers.
Yeah, I do stuff like that, and you know, about stuff. My mom was a super. She was 5'0", a Sicilian fireball, and like I have so many great stories with her too. And she's a big part of my life and my comedy, the way, you know, I was. So she's always been with me, and I think it's really nice to share her stories because she was crazy, and I love everything about that. Yeah, I actually just started a new podcast with my friend Steve Byrne, a comic that I know, called Two Cool Moms, because we both have had really, like, our fathers are great too, but our moms just had really cool and really good like life advice, and I feel like our maternal you know, guidance is really like prevalent in our personalities. So we have this new podcast called Two Cool Moms that we take dilemmas from people. They send them in over Instagram and whatnot, and we help them with their life. So we give like monthly advice, and it's everything from like, it's like people dealing with some real stuff or just people just like fun. It's like tongue in cheek, and we do it as best we can to help people. And
So you're like, this is what my mom would say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then I tap in, and you can relate like across the board. Like everybody goes through stuff in their life, so I think you always think like, what would my mom say? You know?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm so glad you did this. You've done so much for our foundation, and the coffee you launched.
Yeah.
Is it out?
It's coming out this month, I think.
What made you do that? Are you a big, huge coffee drinker?
I'm a huge coffee drinker, and it's a really good company that I met during. I speak at this anti-bullying I speak at this. It's like a symposium every year. It's called the Hero Roundtable, and I met them there, and they are just good people. And they said, "Hey, do you want to partner up? Is there any charity you want?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." I said, "I got some people that I know that I work with." And I mean, you guys, I just love what you guys do, and you guys help the puppies in a real way. You're not one of those people that just talk. You clearly walk the dog, and it's really cool. And Spumoni has changed my life. She's my girl. I love her, and I only got her because of you. So I owe you one.
Blake, that dog's not coming home. No, we gotta leave that.
Look at you, gremlin. When I took Spumoni home, we were on the road, and my wife didn't know that I got a dog, and she was meeting me in LA with our 5-month-old son at that point, and I showed up with a puppy who was 5 months old, and I was like, "Look, they match." And she was like, "Oh my goodness!" So it was really fun to be like, "Hey, we got this puppy now," and it's the same age as my son. Well, Spumoni picked me. Spumoni, when you were interviewing me, came over and fell asleep on my lap.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's right. And I was like, "Okay, I'm taking this one home." And you were like, "That's not how it works." I'm like, "Well, that's how it works with me." Support this fantastic foundation as best you can, everybody. Spread the word. It doesn't have to be money or time, but easily just share and let everybody know that they're out here doing the good work.
Joe Gatto. I just
please, God, please stop, please stop.
Gatto.